Hello and welcome back to the Pasta Podcast, where we talk about nothing but pasta. Today we will not be talking about pasta. Today we will be playing actor versus actor. I'm Gigi. This is
Olivia.
How are you doing, Olivia?
I'm ready to actually see who we think is gonna win this, because I feel like we get a good list here.
Yeah, we got a good thing going for us.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody that is listening to the podcast right now, we will be tweeting out the Google slide presentation I have made for the Pasta Podcast. And you can get the visual that Olivia and I are seeing right now. And you can play along. You can put your predictions. So are you ready, Olivia?
I'm ready.
Okay. The first one we have the American Psycho himself, the Batman, the myth, the legend, Christian Bale.
Oh my god.
Versus wrestler, father, legend, The Rock Johnson.
That is so funny.
Which one?
Okay.
Which one?
I think well, I mean, there is an obvious answer and there's a not so obvious answer. Because obviously The Rock Johnson is very muscular. I can't stop looking at that picture.
I'll switch to the other one.
But also, Christian Bale has this incredible ability where he can just, if he wants to be really buff, he will get really buff. And he will get hugely fit. So I feel like Christian Bale does stand a chance. I don't think it's a matter of if he wouldn't or not.
Yeah.
But, okay, naked and no weapons, right?
Yeah.
I need to hear what you think about it, like brute force wise.
See, I think it kind of depends on the situation, because I think we have a clear winner if it's in a wrestling match, because then, Dwayne Johnson he's wrestler. So he's going to be more inclined to do well in that situation. But if it was just like on the street and one of them said something to the other and they were like, let's fight, I think that it could be either or, depending on how buff Christian Bale is at the time.
To play the devil's advocate, I do think that Christian Bale could be him. I feel like he could take him off guard, you know?
Yeah. I think so.
I'm going to go with Christian Bale.
Okay, Christian Bale. The next one we have, impeccable narrator. So holy he's God himself, Morgan Freeman. Versus SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water star, Keanu Reeves.
Is that all you know him as?
No, I haven't seen him in any movies, so I looked it up, and that was one of the first results, and I was like, that is so funny.
He is literally a tumbleweed in that movie. I have to say,
the only movie I've seen him in.
No, that's actually a lie. One of my favorite current movies that I'm pretty sure we've both seen is the DC League of Super Pets, where he plays Batman.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay. But he plays Batman in that movie. So, yeah. He has also had something else I can't put my finger on.
SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water?
He's in the Matrix. But let's see, Morgan Freeman versus Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. I mean,
yeah, Morgan Freeman, like, I love him. He is God, but
he's old.
He's old, and
You
that's a
push him, he falls over.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
push him, he
so
falls
Keanu
over.
Reeves.
Because, okay, I have reasoning. He's in John Wick, and I've never seen a John Wick movie in my entire life, but I do know that he does some of his own stunts, if not all of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw him riding on a horse once. That was crazy. I could never.
yeah, I mean, I can barely ride a bike, so I think Keanu Reeves, because I love him, he did that one movie with River Phoenix in the 90s where they were kind of gay lovers. Um, so yeah, Keanu Reeves. Sorry, Morgan Freeman. I feel like if somebody pushes you, you're gonna like die.
But then maybe he will get the chance to be God.
Gigi, do we have Joe Biden versus Donald Trump on this list?
No,
Can
but
we add
maybe
it?
we can do it at the end.
Yes.
At the end, we'll do a little special. Okay, so Keanu Reeves is winning this round. Sorry, Morgan Freeman. The next one we have up, Chocolate Lover Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks, versus Indiana Jones Han Solo, Harrison Ford.
I hate Tom Hanks. I hate
You
him.
do?
Yeah.
You don't like the little post he's doing in this one? Doesn't change your mind at all?
His best movie, and I have stood by this for many, many years, is Saving Mr. Banks, where he plays Walt Disney.
Yeah.
You should watch
Uh
that if you haven't yet. It will make you cry.
I've
Um,
seen like two, no, three movies that Tom Hanks is in. I've seen Big, I've seen Forrest Gump, and I've seen Elvis, which
oh,
everybody forgets that he was the main
terrible.
antagonist, but
Um,
it made me hate
Also,
Tom Hanks more.
he was in Castaway, and I used to really like that movie. Um, I can't. I'm not building off that, but if they put Tom Hanks in any movie today, I will be not seated. Um, I may have seen Elvis, but I do want to state I did not know he was going to be in it.
Yeah, he kind of just like plays a sneak attack, especially when he does like the narration at the beginning of the movie because he's doing an accent. You don't know that that's Tom Hanks unless you know that that's Tom Hanks. Um, so you're like, oh, this really weird accented guy is talking, and then you see him, and you're like, you can't fool me. That's Tom Hanks. There's some actors that are like, this is not Jerry. This is Tom Hanks, you know?
Yeah.
And he's one of those actors.
So
So
let's see. I completely forgot who he was against. Oh,
Harrison Ford.
the thing is I can't stand Harrison Ford either.
But he's Indiana Jones.
He is Indiana Jones, and he is a character in Star Wars. You and I haven't watched the originals together yet, but Han Solo is a widely loved character, and um, I am not within that crowd of people. Um, I don't hate him. I'm not saying I hate him. Um, I think he's a good character most of the time. I think he does add a lot to the plot. You know, it's not like he's a useless character that's wasted.
Hmm.
Um, I I think that he comes on too strong. Yeah. Um, do I think that the role is perfect for Harrison Ford? Yes, I do. But he is Indiana Jones.
He is.
Um,
So, but here's the thing. The reason I pitted these two up against each other, I didn't actually really know that you hated Harrison Ford or Tom
I don't
Hanks, but
hate
like that doesn't
him.
really. I didn't know you hated Tom Hanks either, but I it doesn't surprise me, I guess. um, But the reason I pitted them up against each other is because they are both, as you can see, very old. So I feel like it would be whoever falls down first, you know? It would just be a lot of pushing, not a lot of punching.
um, I feel like Indiana Jones. I feel like Harrison Ford could hold his own. Um, I feel like I feel like he would push him really hard and Tom Hanks would just fall down and give up. I feel
Like that,
like he would do that.
like a creepy Carl.
Yeah.
He just falls down and he just lays there.
Oh
Poor
God.
guy. Anyways, um, yeah, I think that see the thing is that like Harrison Ford in a lot of interviews, everybody agrees that he like does not feel like he's there. Like he's just very confused at all times.
He's like Hollywood Joe Biden, I'd say.
He's not
But
falling downstairs that much.
but both of them in their prime, I feel like Harrison Ford could definitely beat Tom Hanks. Like when they were younger.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
So
yeah.
yeah, because I don't think Tom Hanks has ever been very like muscular or
Chocolate
I don't
lover.
um yeah, that's the only thing I know about Tom Hanks. Um I could have put he grew really quickly and big, but that would have been stupid. Um so yeah, I think we agree that Harrison Ford is is going to be the winner.
Huzzah, good job, Harrison Ford, you won.
Good job. But you can rest now. Let's get you to bed, Grandpa. That sounded a lot more like I'm like, okay, you can die now, but I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry, Harrison Ford. Um, anyways, the next one we have is Will Smith,
Yo, the
a man
pics.
who's been a genie, a prince, and a fresh one at that, and a known slapper, Will Smith.
The fact that his face isn't even in the picture.
I had to use this photo. And everybody listening without even knowing what photo I've used, everybody knows what photo I used. All of the 3 people listening to this right now know what photo I used. He's too iconic. Okay, so Will Smith versus Chris Pratt, who is Andy Dwyer himself and Mario.
I thought you were gonna do Chris Rock.
No, I thought that it would be funny if I used a different Chris.
Too obvious. It's too obvious.
He has a habit of slapping Chris's, okay? Or at
Um,
very least just the one.
I hope that Will Smith beats the crap out of Chris Pratt. I cannot stand it if I see that man, Prattington, walk away from that fight with anything less than multiple damaged bones. I cannot see anything else.
Crack his ribs. Yeah.
Eat his eyeballs.
Here's the thing. A, this is the second episode in a row that we'll be talking about Will Smith. Um I didn't intend for that. And B, I I don't really like either of these people, but uh I hate Chris Pratt more. So I'm gonna go Will Smith for the win. Cause I don't know, I feel like Chris Pratt would get slapped like that and he wouldn't laugh it off like Chris Rock did. He would just be like, "Oh, that hurt my feelings." I don't think he would be able to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he has gotten pretty buff for some roles, though.
Yeah, but so is Will Smith.
Yeah, but isn't Will Smith like older than him?
I think he's in his 50s.
He's in his 50s. I thought you were going to
Age
say
is
like
just
late
a number.
40s.
Age is just a number.
I was like, I didn't hear what you said the first time.
um, for my sake, I hope that Will Smith wins.
For your sake, what are you scared that Chris Pratt is gonna crawl through your window? You're
Oh
like,
my
if Will
god.
Smith doesn't win, he's gonna come crying to me and be like, I couldn't beat up Chris Pratt. Now I have to beat up you.
Why do I have to see Chris Pratt as Mario? I don't want to see that. And
This was the
then
only
I'm
PNG I
upset.
could find, Olivia. There's not a lot of PNGs of Chris Pratt floating around on the interwebs, okay?
Yo, my god,
In
just get
fact,
rid of
in fact, one
that.
of these people on this list, I don't even have a photo for them, so I used a photo of a different person. But it's okay. It's no, you'll understand when we get there. Okay.
Okay.
So Will Smith is winning us.
Yeah.
All right. Next up we have Night at the Museum cameo, Les Miserables and Happy Feet star, Hugh Jackman. Which,
Huge
by the
Jack.
way, the only thing I've ever seen him in has been Night at the Museum, so that's why I put that first. Against, he is Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.
What's that picture? He looks like an
He looks so fucking stupid.
Oscar.
I like how we're making fun of this one, but we didn't even talk about how he's just holding an apple and a water bottle in this one.
Yo, so what? He's like us girls. He doesn't have pockets.
Yeah.
Huge jacked man is one. Sorry, huge jacked man.
Huge Ackman. Like the Night at the
He's
Museum 3. Huge Ackman.
um. I. You know what? Hugh Jackman. He's one of the girls.
Yeah,
I can't
he
believe you didn't
is.
bring up that he's Wolverine. That's like his like most
No, I
notable.
thought it would be funny not to bring that up at all. I do that for a lot of people on this list. I use like the most
You're
like
obscene. Like
precise role
Keanu
that nobody's
Reeves.
seen. Yeah, like Keanu Reeves.
I think Hugh Jackman because he is damn good in Les Miserables. Not
Hmm.
a great voice, but a great character.
Is he good in
Um,
Happy Feet?
I haven't seen Happy Feet in a long time.
I haven't either. I was hoping that you had.
No, I that movie scared me as a kid, so I don't watch it. I don't. I think it was something to do with like the guy who had the plastic around his neck that scared me.
Yeah.
Um, but
I
Hugh Jackman is one of the girls, and I cannot stand Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, he's got a punchable face. Like look at that face.
People
Perfect
acronymize
size for my fist.
make his name an acronym like he's Martin Luther King. Like he's Robert Downey
RDJ, as if
Jr.
I know what the fuck you're talking about. Like I would never like I love Jenna Coleman, but I would never do that for like JLC. Like nobody's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. They'll be like, "Did you mean JFC?" Like Jesus fucking Christ. One thing I will say is that Robert Downey Jr. is only buff when he's Iron Man. Um, and
Yeah.
that's a suit. I've never seen him in like a buff role.
Um I hi Iron Man is like one of my least favorite characters ever. Which is controversial, but I don't care. Um and also he does have that really funny meme where he says I don't know what it's he's got that funny meme that makes me laugh. But he didn't make that, so therefore not valid. Um,
Yeah,
but
but if he
Hugh,
had, he would have won this battle, huh?
hmm but Hugh Jackman, he's a girl boss. I mean,
He is a girl boss.
he gets us girls. I
You
feel
know what?
like
He's a girl boss and he's baby girl. He's equal amounts of both.
He's like the Jimmy Fallon picture where it's like, oh, baby's tall. This is so sad.
Oh,
um,
baby's so soft. I
you
don't
made me
remember what
say
it
out of my
says
bedroom.
exactly.
But I feel like he gets us. I
Yeah.
feel like he would have been in a cameo in iCarly where they're like, Hugh Jackman, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, guys, I'm here for you. Oh, and that's another thing is he's like Australian or something, right?
Yeah. He's an interesting specimen. I don't know
Oh,
why I said it like that.
he's Australian. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know what goes on in their heads.
Um,
Anyways, I think
Prim?
that Hugh Jackman would also win.
He's also only had one wife, so that's a plus. Um,
I didn't
anyways,
know that that was a contributing factor, but if you say so. Anyways, Hugh Jackman wins this round. Robert Downey Jr., go fuck yourself. Moving on. What the Fish Man? He was Om in the hit movie Om Shanty Om, star of Jawan, Shah Rukh Khan.
Shadow,
And I hope I did you proud with that pronunciation.
you did do me proud.
Against. This one's gonna be hard. Circus star Ranveer Singh. And the only reason I only put that was because that's the only thing I've seen him in.
Oh, circus.
I gotta catch up on my Ranveer.
Your Ron Veer lore.
Yeah.
I don't know what movie Ron Veer is most known for. I've seen a lot of Ron Veer movies, to be fair. Let me see. What's his most selling movie?
See, I'll
Probably
okay.
Padmavat or Bajira Mastani is probably his most famous ones.
Hmm.
But those are like historical Indian films, which are really good and you should watch them. Um, oh my gosh, he's the main antagonist in Padmavat, and he's a absolutely terrible guy. But man, he is so attractive.
What I will say about Ranveer is that he seems a lot more. And you can tell me otherwise, but he seems a lot more buff than Shah Rukh Khan.
You can just say
It feels
SRK.
sorry. It's just it takes me
You
a
can say
second to
Sharuk.
like get it right.
Gigi, we're
Shaduk.
white.
It's fun.
Sharuk. Sharuk. I think Sharuk is like the
Well, how
correct
did you
way to
say it to
pronounce it, but
that?
we're white. So
How did you say it to that customer you were helping the other day?
Sharuk.
Did you Shaduk?
Sharuk.
Well, she didn't get mad at you for it.
No,
That's just
because
how
it's
you
the
pronounce the
correct way
name.
to pronounce it. Um, Runview is a little bit easier to pronounce.
Yeah.
Um, but there is he. I mean, we're just basing it off the pictures of the slideshow. Um, Sharuk is absolutely shredded.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
he was in circus too. Like he wasn't like it's not like he was topless or anything, but like you could see his muscles. He's got very
no,
defined.
no, Shahrukh Khan
Oh,
was shredded.
sorry. I thought you
Ranveer
meant
Ranveer is shredded, but Sharuk is absolutely okay. And Jawan, he is like it's crazy. Like um that picture doesn't do him justice, but
it was only
he's
PNG.
but he is huge. So I hate pitting these two girl bosses against each other. Um
Yeah. I think
the-
since you've seen the majority of the Bollywood movies between us, you're gonna have to have final say because I I mean I just can't choose. I don't think
mhm.
I don't have enough info.
Yeah. Um I honestly I hate pitting these two men against each other. They're very nice to each other in real life. I know that. They're on uh, I don't want to say they're BFFs, but they are like friends in real life. So
Lovers.
no, Ranveer's wife and them, they're all friends. Deepika. Um, the I mean, God, I have no idea who would be. I feel like Shaduk might be Ranveer because
Yeah.
he's him. Um,
Yeah.
circus star. I think he's most known for like Padmavat. Um,
Sorry, I'm enjoying the spotlight of both of them.
I want to say, I mean, I love Ranveer, but I feel like, Ranveer has only been in Bollywood movies since like 2010. Ran
Hmm.
Shah Rukh Khan has been in them since the 90s. So, in terms of experience, I mean, definitely Shah Rukh, but I don't. Yeah, I think that Shah Rukh Khan might win this one. I'm sorry, Ranveer. I feel like if they were fighting for Deepika, Ranveer might win because Ranveer goes hog wild for Deepika. Um, but they're not because they would never do that. And Shah Rukh Khan has his own family, and he respects Ranveer's family. So,
All right. Well, I guess we're decided. Now let's move on before more hearts get broken. We watched him go crazy in the lighthouse, as seen in Mr. Bean's Holiday. Green Goblin himself, Willem Dafoe. This was not the only PNG that they had, but it was either this or his whole face, and it was going to be big. So I think this one works really well with the shadow. Anyways, Willem Dafoe versus the unbearable weight of massive talent star, Nick Cage.
Willem
So,
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, for the same reason that we wouldn't be able to beat him in battle, because he's just insane.
He's just insane. I don't think anybody
Yeah.
can beat him. I feel like he gives a Red Bull and he's unstoppable.
So you're saying that like if we did like a lightning round of our winners against everything, you think Willem Dafoe would come out on top against the Rock Johnson?
Um, I feel like Willem Dafoe could beat anybody. I'm scared to see that man at his full potential.
He
Uh,
is interesting. I'm sorry, he's making me nervous the way he's staring at me. We gotta switch slides. Um,
I do, I do think that Nick Cage would put up a big fight, but I think it would be close. But I think Willem Dafoe would win.
yeah, he's I mean, he's got range in his legs,
In his
clearly.
legs.
Yeah, everybody will understand when they look at the slides. Look at the slides, everybody. Okay, so Willem Dafoe is beating everybody. Willem Dafoe
Yeah,
beats everything. Willem Dafoe and then everybody else.
yeah.
Okay, next up we have Kindergarten Cop star, the governor of California himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, versus Wrecking the Flesh, Sylvester Stallone. And I couldn't find a PNG of him not making that face.
That's how his face looks.
I know, but like there were other photos that were like slightly better, and yet they were not PNGs. This is the only PNG. Okay, so Rocky Kindergarten Cop.
um, Man, I feel like
I don't
this
want to
is
look at
like
his face.
rock against rock, you know? Like, I feel like this is like, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I feel like Arnold, I feel like Sylvester Stallone doesn't really know what's going on.
Not with this face, he doesn't.
No, that's just how he looks. Oh my god. Um,
There's not a single thought behind those eyes. Look at those eyes.
um, I feel
He's
like
never thought a day in his life.
I feel, I feel like he is very strategic.
Nice.
With the way he would be, whereas I feel like Sylvester Stallone would just be like, "I'm gonna punch you now, and you will have to take it."
I'm going to punch you now.
I feel like Arnold would win. What do you think?
You do? Well, I think it takes a lot to be not only an actor, but the governor of California. You got to have a strong backbone for that. And I don't know if Sylvester Stallone has got that.
True.
I mean, not to be like rude or anything, but the I only know what they look like from the Shazam movie. So excuse me for this, but those stairs that he allegedly ran up and down to train, not very steep, not very many. I don't know. I don't know how that helped him. How did that help?
I feel like
Sylvester Stallone came into the studio. He was like, "This is the hardest workout I've ever done," and they're like, "That is not a hard workout." And he's like, "It's gonna have to do. Can't do anything else."
I feel like the thing though with the steps is that it was kind of um like the finale, you know, like it was like, oh, he's almost done, and then when he got up the steps, he was like, oh, thank God, I'm done. You know, like that was
Yeah.
like the point, like his stopping point.
No,
Um,
I mean like I get it, but like I'm a fat person who doesn't walk, let alone run. So, given the fact that I would also be like, "Oh, thank God I'm done," I don't think it's that impressive.
um, I beg to differ. I think it would be hard. Also, they seem very widely set apart, so it might be kind of hard to like find the right place to step with those without tripping. Um, but Arnold, Arnold would win.
Fun fact: they were going to call the Arnold Palmer Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it wouldn't fit on the bottle. That's not true, but could you imagine if it was?
I was actually like, oh my god, really?
I wish I had seen your face.
That was so stupid. Oh my god.
YouTube
Okay.
short material.
Okay. Oh my god.
Anyways,
Moving on.
I think that you're right. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger would win. Sorry, Sylvester Stallone. Don't beat me up. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So we saw her in the menu as and Emma, the Queen's Gambit star, Anya Taylor Joy, versus star of Don't Worry, Darling, Florence Pugh. And I will say, um, given the things that are happening, I'm not going to get political, but given the things that are happening, since I made this list, one of these people has said some things that I don't quite agree with. But we're going to ignore that for now because I didn't know. And I just kind of wanted to add women to the list because I realized we only did men. Um, so
The only women. Only Anya Taylor Joy and Florence Pugh.
they're the only women that exist. No, but there were like it's actor versus actor. I I don't know.
Taylor
Anyways,
Swift's an actor.
yeah, I could have put her up against Jenna Coleman, but I would have 100% been like Jenna Coleman would win, which I don't think would actually be true, but I wouldn't be able to say anything else.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I think Florence Pugh could beat her up.
you do.
I feel like Florence Pugh could get like dirty, you know? Like she would go places other people wouldn't. And I feel like Anya Taylor Joy would be like, oh yeah, and like
You
no.
see, I think that I disagree, I think. Because
You
I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy, like she's very sweet, and I think that people overlook the rest of her because I think she's a very like tough person, and I know that she's like skinny, but I know for a fact that she's probably like really strong. Like I feel like if she got her hands on Florence Pugh's arm, she could take her down very easily.
Mm, good
I think
point.
if Anya Taylor Joy started the fight and Florence Pugh didn't know what was going to happen, that she could win.
Yeah. Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think that either of them would start a cat fight. Like, I don't think it would be like a typical girl on girl fight as opposed to a typical male on male fight. I think it would be an actual fight. And I feel like at very least Florence Pugh is leaving with a lot of scratches on her body.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, sure. Sure.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. Anya Taylor Joy is winning this one.
Yeah.
Next up, he scared us in a series of unfortunate events. He charmed us in The Truman Show. Bruce Almighty star Jim Carrey
Um,
versus Will Turner lookalike Orlando Bloom.
Will Turner look-alike. Um,
I cannot tell you how hard my mom laughed when I read that out loud.
um, wait, go back to the other picture. Um, I, I
You've
will
never seen
say
Bruce Almighty, so
no. Have I seen it?
that's a
I'm pretty
seated.
sure I've seen it. I've never seen The Truman Show, and I watched one episode of a series of unfortunate events. Wait, no, the
No, he
movie,
was in
right?
the movie. Yeah.
I've never seen the movie. I watched the one with Neil Patrick Harris. Um, but my favorite movie that he's in is Dumb and Dumber. So, and that movie doesn't really hold up. So, um,
The thing I will say about Jim Carrey is that, and I think I said this the last time that we talked about actors, is that he scares me um,
yeah,
like a lot. But I will say the reason I said he charmed us in the Truman Show, I think that you should watch the Truman Show. It is probably one of my top like 15 movies, which
it's
sounds
one
like
of
it's
the
not very
shows of
high.
all time.
It's one of well, it's a movie, um, but
Whatever you say.
it's a great movie. I Olivia, don't even push it because I will lore drop on you, and this will become like a 3 hour long podcast episode.
Okay. Um, go back go back to the other one. Who's Orlando Bloom? Will Turner
Orlando
look
Bloom.
like? Um, I feel like Will Turner look alike Orlando Bloom. I feel like he does hold a lot of potential, and I feel like Orlando Bloom actually he's I feel like he's been in way more action packed movies than Jim Carrey, so he probably has more experience with it.
Uh huh.
Like he was Legolas. He's I don't know the other movie he's in.
Well, anyways, moving on from that, I think that I think that you're right. Orlando Bloom has a lot more like of physical strength when it comes to his acting roles. I think that it would come down to if Orlando Bloom is going to be scared by Jim Carrey to the point where he doesn't fight as well. I
um,
think that's going to be the main factor because I don't
but you
think
know
Jim
what?
Carrey could physically beat him, but sometimes he's a little scary. So
I you do make a good point, but I also want you to remember that Orlando Bloom is married to Katy Perry, and
he
she is
is.
pretty frightening at times.
Well,
She is pretty. I don't know if they're married. I think they are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Um, I don't know. Yeah, look it up if you want. I don't care. They have a kid together. Um, but I feel like he's used to that kind of craziness. Like she's nuts. Like not in a bad
Yeah.
way necessarily, but she's she's a lot to handle, and I feel like if he can handle that, and he can also handle Lord of the Rings, which is also like crazy in itself, I feel like he could take Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Orlando Bloom could take him. Um yeah, I think that's where we leave this one.
Yeah. Next
Because I
one.
don't want to look at Jim Carrey's face anymore. Okay. Um Next up we have My Cousin Vinny star, Thief of Kevin's Sanity, Joe Pesci. And as you can see, this is the one that there were no P&Gs of. So we have Kevin instead. Versus, please stop giving him work, Adam Sandler.
Oh my
Another point
god.
where my mom laughed so hard because I said, Adam Sandler, please stop giving him work. And I mean it, please stop. I can't stand him. He didn't do anything wrong. I just don't like him.
Stop
Nobody
contributing to
does.
society, Adam Sandler. It's not working.
I think, okay, getting off topic, I think the funny thing about Adam Sandler is he's like the least, like, if you lined up like all of the people in the world that you think are least likely to become an actor that's successful, he would be first in line. And he's a successful actor. At
Well,
least successful to the point where he's got a lot of movies.
another thing with Adam Sandler is that he's not funny.
Yeah.
Like he has like
He
this
he
weird
yells
humor.
sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
he's got that weird accent.
Yeah.
Sorry, my
He's
cat just like spit back. Um, you
the thing
okay?
is I've seen a lot of Adam Sandler movies, and in all of them, like his main emotions are anger and then a little bit of sadness. And that little bit of sadness is from the false end of Click. I say false end because Click ends. Spoiler alert. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna watch this movie. Don't watch it. Um, Click ends with a "it was all a dream" thing. So
Oh.
he fake dies and then he wakes up. Um, and that's like the sad part of all of the movies I've seen him in. I think 50 First Dates also had a sad like thing, but it was mainly just because the premise was that his wife forgot him every single day. It was a really weird movie. All of his movies are really weird. They feel like fever dreams to explain.
Um,
Um,
it seems as though you have more experience with me because the only Adam Sandler movie I have seen besides Hotel Transylvania is Bedtime Stories.
oh yeah, I never watched that one actually.
It's good,
Um,
I
I'm
think.
sure that
I
I'm
don't
sure that I actually probably did at the time that I was like younger, but like was old enough to use Netflix. But I don't think I ever like watched all the way through. Um, Anyways, I've forgotten. So he's up against Joe Pesci, which these two people are kind of not the most athletic. So I thought that they would fit together, but
Well, the thing is with Joe Pesci is that I haven't seen a lot of his stuff either. So, that being said, I'm gonna have to take Adam Sandler's side on this one. As much as
I
I
mean,
don't want
okay,
to.
here's my thing. Joe Pesci is like in a lot of his roles. I don't know how he is in real life. Joe Pesci is mean. Like he is mean. In My Cousin Vinny, he is a lawyer. Um, he's not actually a lawyer, but he convinces people that he's a lawyer. Um, but so he's working on this court case, and he gets told off by the judge multiple times and gets sent to
Oh.
jail for like dressing poorly or calling him out multiple times. But he's still just his mean old self, and it's funny because like the premise because it's like uh, Joe Pesci, you could just not be doing this, or Vinny, I guess. Um, but I feel like Joe Pesci would like get on Adam Sandler's nerves, and um, they would just like be verbally fighting. I don't think that they would actually fight.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them have the strength.
I think they would just throw something at each other until when somebody gave up. And I feel
Yeah,
like the first person to give up would be Joe Pesci.
yeah. Well, because I think that he would be like, "I'm too old for this," you know.
Yeah, he'd be like,
I don't
forget
think
it.
he would be like, "I'm too old to be arguing with this stupid kid that thinks he's an actor," you
Well,
know.
and then Adam Sandler would be like, he would be like the annoying guy who's like, I'm not gonna give up until he gives up, you know.
Yeah,
So, Adam Sandler would win out of pure pettiness.
yeah. But it wouldn't be physical. It would just be hurling insults at each other, I think. Okay. Sorry, sorry, Joe Pesci. Um,
Not sorry.
uh, Adam Sandler, please stop acting. It's for the good of society.
This is a cry for help.
Writers, please stop giving. Casting directors, please stop giving him work. It's very important to the growth of society. You are the reason that communism is happening in this world if you continue to hire Adam Sandler. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah,
We have Night at the Museum and Zoolander star Ben Stiller. And you want to know who he's up against, Olivia?
I know who he's up against.
His other half, Owen Wilson.
Oh no.
I know, but I had to do it to them. I had to do it. They're just they're just too inseparable. They've got to fight sometime.
um, I don't know because Owen Wilson, he's been in a lot of Wes Anderson films where he just does the weirdest stuff in them. Um, but Ben Stiller, I don't think he's in any Wes Anderson films. Therefore,
Well,
I
he
think
he does this. He does the cool trick with the uh, flashlight in Night at the Museum, and he does that little pose in Zoolander where he's like against the floor, but his leg is up. I think he's a little strong. What are you looking up? Is Ben Stiller in Wes Anderson films?
he is.
He is? Which
He
ones?
is the
Not that I
Royal
would know any of them.
Tenenbaums. I've seen that movie is good. You should watch that movie. Um, yeah, I don't know who would in then. Probably. I feel like Ben Stiller might be more physically trained for it. I don't really spend much of my time looking at shirtless pictures of Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Wait, you don't? That's not a thing that we do every night. It's
but
not normal.
I feel like Ben Stiller might be able to hold his own a little bit more, whereas Owen Wilson might just get really upset, you know? And I feel like Ben Stiller would actually put up a fight.
Yeah, I can see it. I think that Owen Wilson is just like they're both funny, but I think that I don't know. I think that Ben Stiller is going to take this one because I think Owen Wilson um I think he would be making too many jokes, you know?
Yeah. Um
Okay.
so we've decided on Ben Stiller then, huh?
Yes, we have.
So I
So,
did want to bring back a new entry, and we don't have any slides for this one.
yeah.
Unless you
I I may make a slide for the viewers.
okay.
Um but currently we don't have a slide.
We don't have a slide for it currently. I Joe Biden
Yeah.
versus I don't have silly quippy things to say about them. Here, let me come up with something. Since you came up with all of them, I can come up with this on the fly. Joe Biden, uh, great, great stair climber. Um, oh, and a little confused. Joe Biden versus I can't do the two obvious ones. Man
Talking
who's
Orange himself.
no, that's too obvious.
I'm sorry.
Man who thinks he's the predator but is actually the prey. Donald Trump.
Hopefully I'll remember what you said so that I can add those as the actual little things
Okay.
on the slide.
Okay. Um, but yeah, what do you think?
I think that well, first off,
And
I
this is
think
not
that
counting
maybe
the
we should,
election.
yeah, I think that maybe we should do a little poll in the little in the in the live chat when this airs. Hopefully we'll remember to do that. Um, but if not, we'll do it on Twitter. Um, and I think that personally, and I hate to say it, I would hate to say it either way, but I think personally that Donald Trump is going to win in a fight.
Well, yeah, because look at Joe Biden.
I mean, like, if the man didn't fall downstairs every single day, and we didn't always have to check up to see whether or not he's doing okay, I feel like uh we used to check up on Donald Trump occasionally to be like, he's been quiet for a while, is he okay? But now we check up on Joe Biden to be like, did he die? Is he okay?
Is he doing okay?
Is Kamala Harris gonna have to take over?
I
So
feel like yeah, I feel like Donald Trump would actually like be violent, whereas Joe Biden would like be like, "Yeah, put up them dukes," and then like one hit and he's knocked out. You know?
yeah, again, like creepy Carl, he would just go down. He would not be able to get up,
He
so
would
he would
lay
just lay
there.
there.
Yeah,
So I hate to say it, but I do think that if Joe Biden did get a good like hit on him, that would be the same situation for Donald Trump, that he wouldn't be able to get up,
yeah,
or at least it would take him a while. And at that point, Joe Biden could run away, hopefully not upstairs, but he could uh, move his legs a little bit fast. He could become
okay.
a flying Grayson and continue to run slightly fast.
Um, all
Anyways,
right. I think that we've decided that.
yeah, and we're at the end here.
Yeah, so that's what we believe.
Yeah,
What do you
that
want to
is
add?
what we believe. I want to add that all politics aside for this, obviously, and also that if you are not subscribed to the Pasta Podcast yet, please subscribe, because we are very consistent here. We post every Monday at 12 p.m. And like, you don't have to come every single time. Just drop in whenever you want. Give us a little comment. Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. Um, tell us anything. Tell us how your mom's doing. Um, we would love to know. And on that note, we would also love to know who you think would win in a fight for any and all of these pair ups that we have. So,
Oh yeah.
do you have anything to add?
Um, I do want to say thank you, Pasta Fam, for being pasta lovers. We hope that you eat some good pasta tonight, and we love you, and we miss you, and we hope to see you next time.
Remember to stay hungry.
Oh yeah.